Independent National Electoral Commission has restated its commitment to conducting hitch-free polls in the forthcoming Edo Governorship election. INEC National Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu stated this, assuring Nigerians that the Commission will continue to push the boundaries of credible and inclusive elections. While answering questions from newsmen during the formal induction of 10 new resident electoral commissioners in Lagos, Yakubu reacted to the flood that affected INEC's office in Edo State, promising Nigerians that the election will be hitch-free. He called on the inducted recs to focus and acquaint themselves more with the processes and procedures of the commission. Let me start with you. Honorable Churchill.
Edo State elections.
Edo State elections. Now, INEC is coming out to pledge, as they always will.
This is what
the elections will be credible.
No, I don't want to say much about Yakubu Mahmood. When I was coming this morning, one of the stakeholders in one station was commenting and saying that in this country we are not supposed to hear name like Yakubu Mahmood in stations, because if he tells you us now, he's telling the entire Nigeria now that INEC is going into Edo State and they are going to let us know that this is what election is supposed to be in Nigeria. Are they still using the old pattern to tell us what is going to happen in Edo State that will make it very hitch-free? You see, one thing I believe is that the Electoral Commission of even this our state, every Electoral Commission should be responsible in whatsoever thing that the government brings. If we start doing it like this, people will start feeling, they will start having conscience when they want to go for elections. You know, the most important thing in this Edo election is that, yes, we know too well that the people of Edo have the right to choose who becomes the governor of Edo, who becomes this, who becomes that. But it is also the sole responsibility of the INEC to prepare their mind towards that election. Because we wouldn't be in a country where after election we'll be hearing this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. In short, in Nigeria, at this particular level now, it should be after election. You look at yourself, if you did not do well, even if you did well and you did not pass, go and rest. INEC has now come to pledge to us to tell the entire Nigerians that they are going into Edo State, that it will be hitch-free, it will be credible. They should also understand that this election, Nigerians have seen what happened in past elections. And what you say will stand against you tomorrow. So I'm of the opinion that they should stop all this, their promises to us, Nigerians. They should go there and bring the result.
Do you think that Professor Mahmood Yakubu will live up to the promise he has made?
He will not be. That is what I'm telling you.
INEC conducts hitch-free elections.
No, what I'm telling you is
you don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening.
All right.
They should just go to Edo State and bring whichever result that they want and announce. The government continues. Because there is nothing you will tell me now, like I've already said.
You are saying that.
Remember the wall of Gibraltar. Remember the wall of Gibraltar.
Wall of Gibraltar.
Remember it. Yes. You know it's going to happen.
When you're saying when you're saying the wall of Gibraltar factor coming in, it could be that the wall of Gibraltar factor played out when they finished their primaries and APC was in shambles.
No.
And hold on.
Okay.
PDP had their Guba primaries.
Yeah.
They had crisis.
Yeah. Serious one.
APC had their Guba primaries.
They had crisis.
They had crisis. Labour Party had their Guba primaries.
They had crisis.
But let's look at APC, how they were able to reconcile and bring the two contestants
through the National Working Committee.
Yes, they were able to come together, and the other aggrieved one became the running mate.
Yes.
You would agree with me?
Yes.
That was a master stroke by
Yes.
You can't take that. But in the case of PDP,
the wall of Gibraltar,
it became messy.
and that is
what
Shaibu
was impeached for Apata's candidacy. Emma Swabo is challenging his emergence as the flag bearer in court. But when you look at these three persons, the same electoral process, similar crisis came out, and APC was able to, handle theirs with wisdom. Meanwhile, PDP, on the other hand, are making a series of mistakes. On the side of the Labour Party, the Obedience have pledged their allegiance
to the APC,
as it were, and some of the big wigs in PDP
has also pledged
already, and some of them have been expelled already. Okay. So you see what is playing out.
That is exactly
how is it the wall of Gibraltar influence?
Okay, let me tell you.
Because the president, Mr. Zoe would be carried along because the president,
I'm watching
the president came out to say at some point that when the Guba elections in Edo State, when the primaries were done,
yes,
and the candidate emerged, President Bola Tinubu came out to congratulate the flag bearer and promised him that, APC National, he will stand behind APC in Edo State, like the wall of Gibraltar. And he was a guest on the show when that story was discussed. So prior to that time anyway, he was very, very optimistic about PDP emerging, his party emerging as the winner, the Guba. However, after the wall of Gibraltar statement came out, he said the wall of Gibraltar factor, that PDP has lost it, is going to be APC. Now he is sweeping under the carpet that his party in Edo State has made series of mistakes as well, and they have crises that they have not, resolved, and they're going into elections,
which is not possible for them to come out with a good result.
On the other hand, is doing a good job. So over to you, Mr. Zoe.
Let's come back to the issue. INEC claiming to conduct credible elections.
And his concerns are also very legitimate.
Yeah, very they are. But you see, I would like us to look at issues from the fundamental, from the roots, okay, not just addressing it, okay, on the surface. They said cause and effect is a natural principle. The issue of whether INEC or INEC officials keeping to their words is a function of the political economic condition of individuals. Because the economic condition determine, even to the large extent, how individuals operate and carry out their official functions.
You said political economic
condition of individuals. Okay, that is the major problem. It is the economic conditions of people that determine how they behave and carry out their functions, official functions, even in the office. Taking that, what am I saying with regards to INEC? Whether when once there is an opportunity for an election, the average INEC commissioner, electoral returning officer, all of them, they immediately sit down with their families and write out a budget. In this election, I'm going to buy a land. In this election, I'm going to buy a car. In this election, I'll be able to send my child abroad. That's the economic condition I'm talking about. So that now determines
the political
how their function, how they are going to carry out their official duties. So looking at that, we are talking about money here. Now, an average INEC official may not be able to raise 10 million throughout his tenure of office, of being a commissioner in that office. Okay? But now, in one election day, he may be able to go home with 20 or 30 million as far as the governorship election is concerned. That now determines what he's going to do. And if that means throwing all the rules, throwing all the procedures, throwing morals and conscience and what is right to the wind to get what he will achieve, that is what he's going to do. And that is why I will say, if INEC, if you like, they say they did an induction, training those who, if they like, they should go to Washington and do the training. If they like, they should go to the Queen's Palace and do the training. Whatever you do, let me tell you, in this country, Choma, INEC, WAEC, NECO, exam office commissions cannot and will not do the right thing as far as their belly is concerned, sorry, their stomach is concerned. Because on a day of WAEC, the average WAEC supervisor is thinking of what he's going to get at the exam center from the candidate. This is what determines our condition in Nigeria. So INEC, whatever training they got, whatever credibility Mahmoud is talking about, they cannot achieve it because they don't have the moral will, they don't have the political will to do that in any election. So the Edo case will not be an exception.
Oh, interesting to see both of you agree on something this morning. All right.